For me personally, I like to focus on what I know, and what I know and what I have with me. And what I have and what I know is that there is some impossible to define, highly intelligent, innate intelligence, energy based in the body, that whether I'm awake or sleeping, it knows how to regulate all the systems in my body, breathing, digesting, like everything. And this energy is divine, we could say. Or even if somebody doesn't think it's divine, it's way more intelligent than anything else I've been exposed to, right? Like, if we're being totally real with ourselves, totally honest, that's what's really happening. And so the more we focus on that, the more we create a conscious relationship with what most seem to be unconscious of. And the reality is, we're not actually disconnected from it. We are absolutely, fully connected to, but we don't know it. And we've been born into a way where we've temporarily forgot that. And then all the rules of society, of belief systems, of religion, of politics, all those things compete for someone's attention. And so we don't really focus on life, how much we love life force itself. People don't do it, and all these other things have been normalized. So you could say, like, we've been taught to perceive reality from the outside in, when in all reality, we have the ability to perceive reality from the inside out. And when we do that, we're able to bridge the gap between our waking conscious mind and the subconscious and the unconscious. And the more we're aware of all of that, the more connected we become. Because, again, the illusion is that we think we're separate from God or this life force, and we're not. There's nothing about us that's separate from it. Nothing. Not even how we perceive reality, even that is. But the interesting thing is, even though we all have this life force going on, everybody has different means of being aware of it and expressing it. And even though everything is the same and connected, we each have our own unique way of interacting with this energy. And that unique way is what allows us to be able to tap into the part of us that remembers what all this is and why it's happening. And when somebody does that, then yeah, of course they're going to create religions and all kinds, like art and music. There's all kinds of like incredibly powerful, beautiful things that we can do. But, you know, like, I know I have people who give me a hard time about religion, and you know, it's like, okay, so what you're saying is, and I'm not saying you're saying this, but what I say to them is, you would rather trust and believe in some words of some person who lived a long time ago and take that as truth, rather than the truth that there's this miraculous innate intelligence in the body. That is what is really going on. Like, talk about a way to connect to source or divinity or God. Like, that's where it's really happening. But when people don't think about that, then automatically their awareness goes into these belief systems. And yeah, it sounds great in some of them, and it's beautiful, and I absolutely believe that there's incredible benefits to certain religion and practices. However, when people focus on that more than what they are, more than what's happening, this energy that is in everybody, then we create more separation from divinity within, you could say, or this innate intelligence, this life force and the pulse of life that happens through the heartbeat. So really, it's all supernatural. Everything. It is all divine. And within us just coming to train ourselves to be aware of this life force, we start to be able to cultivate a greater relationship with it. And that relationship becomes, when somebody starts experiencing the benefits of loving this life force within and allowing their human personality, which is only around because of this life force. If that life force wasn't there, that our human personality, no matter how conditioned or institutionalized or any of that, no matter how much all of that stuff is prevalent, then we keep focusing on all the external things and we open ourselves up to things that create fear, and then we create habits based on that fear, and that's where most people are stuck. So yeah, the reality is we are all that. When we create a conscious connection to it, we bridge all these parts of our subconscious, you could say, and all the junk DNA they call in you starts to become activated by your choice to know yourself as this innate intelligence you are, this divine intelligence. And time to break that habit, time to create new habits that are in harmony with what is actually going on. Not all the words from all the languages we've learned, not all the belief systems filtered by all the words we've learned, all that can go to the side. And when we become conscious of what is allowing us to be conscious, then we can interact with all the modes of connection and communication and languages, and all that can be interacted with from a place of empowerment from within.